Welcome, everyone. We are live on this lovely Tuesday already. It's Tuesday already. Why worry? Listen, when you are creating an experience, I know it is human to wonder. I don't know if I can do this. Oh, maybe. I don't think so. That's totally perfectly fine. That's human. It's human because we're so programmed to see what's in front of us that, you know, that's what we do. But here is the part that we rise to. Okay? We know that we're human, but we know that that's not all we are. So even though it is human to worry and fret about things, you are not only human. So you have to start doing your non human things. You have to start doing your spiritual things, meaning rising above what humans normally would do. You have to rise above your nature. You see, you ever see that somebody posted a picture and this plant just busted out of the concrete inside their kitchen, because they were in a third world country, whatever, but the plant just grew out of the floor in their kitchen through the tiles. Sometimes you have to rise above your nature. Plants don't just grow in gardens. If they are in another space, they will still do what they're going to do. They will rise above and they will grow in any circumstance. So you and I, if you remember from last night's lecture with symbolism, you and I are not just human. We have the capacity to rise above our humanness and be greater. So things like worry and fretting, you have to talk yourself through those things. Hey, wait a minute. I'm in a state of worry. I can feel this panic beginning to set in. That's not what I want. Well, I know it's natural, but you know what? That's not what I want. What do I want? I want some peace of mind and some tranquility. And you work that out for yourself because you know what that would feel like to you. Right? Don't worry about how George is handling his anxiety. Mind your own business. You fret about, wait, how am I applying this law? You see, I posted it yesterday. There's a line in there that says there's more than one way to skin a cat. Yes, there is. There's thousands of ways, right? But there's only one law. The possibilities of the law are endless, meaning it could work itself out in any way, shape, fashion, or form. But there's only one law to apply. So learn to apply the law and stop worrying. I was talking to a beautiful person a couple days ago. And she says, Angela, I'm in it again. I said, that's because you keep forgetting who you are. You let the day come along and overwhelm you. You have forgotten what you're anchored in. And now most of us have grown up in church. So that's how I spoke to her, because that's what she knows. So I said, the next time you have a problem, you call on Jesus. Because really, who you're talking to? Anybody that can hear you is you. So I said, the next time you have a problem, you just say, Jesus, I got me a problem. But let me make a trade. I want to give you my problem. Because according to your word, you said your burden is easy and your yoke is light. So I'm going to give you mine because you can bear more than I can. And I said to her, when you give your burden to Jesus, wait until you feel lighter. Well, because that's the evidence that it's gone, isn't it? And I said, but Jesus is not going to let you leave empty-handed, because he can't. He's going to give you peace. So wait until you feel peaceful, and that way the transaction has been made. You're looking for the confirmation, right? So basically, what you're doing is you're telling Jesus, quote unquote, yourself, you got a problem. Here's the problem. Listen, you don't have to spell out the problem. You already know what the problem is. So when you cast your cares on the Lord, right? When you cast your cares on the Lord, you say, Lord, I don't know if I can deal with this. Remember, his burden is easy and his yoke is light. He can take on more and he will give you peace in exchange. He never lets you leave without a beautiful parting gift, right? Because you can't have a whole. If you have a cause, you have an effect. If you have an effect, you have a cause. So your problem is an experience, it's an effect. So give that effect and he will exchange it for you for the actual effect that you would like. I trust this is making sense for you this morning. So when you give it, don't take it back. Do not re-exchange it, because there's nothing that is going to top what he has traded with you. And even though you may feel where you want to rise, that's all right. It's human and you remembered, but you remind yourself, well, I already gave it to Jesus and he has already given me peace. I only have one option here, and that is to let him do what he's going to do. I got a floor to wash. I got some dishes to wash. I got some laundry to fold. I have things to do. He'll take care of it. Let me go do what I need to do. And in a way that you don't know, that you can't know, everything will work itself out. Now, why? Let's put that in law speak. You have changed your polarity. You were worried, but then in order to relinquish your worry, you had to move from a state of worry to a state of peace of mind. And now that you are in a state of peace of mind, you can only act according to a state of peace of mind. You will know that you are in a state of mind by your behavior. They will know one another by their fruit. Peace of mind must bear its fruit. So if you find that you're still pacing and wringing your hands, you're still in a state of worry. Remember, we don't have to remain in a state. Move. Listen. Move. And how do you move? Well, the state of peace of mind feels better. It feels like relief. That's the vibration. So you feel for the mood you want to catch. And that's you changing your vibration, moving so that you can change your polarity. That is law speak. That's actually what is happening. Right? So, worrying is natural and it is human because that's what we do. But you are not only human, you are being human. I'm going to say that to you again, because we want to say we're human beings, but that's not the case. You are being human. I'm going to say it again. You are being human. You're not a human being. You are being human. Which means you are being first and foremost. And you will only ever being. You'll only ever be that. That's the immortal side of you. But what is it aware of? It's aware of humanness. So that's why you are being human. You're not a human being. Because then that would be telling you you're only human and you're being. No, you're not. It is the other way around. You are being human. Humanness is a state. Humanity is a state. And we're in one. We're in a state of humanness. So we act according to humanity, meaning we got emotions, we got feelings, we got five senses. But to remember, to rise above your humanity, remember that you are a being first, and you're only human after that. Humanity is a state of being. So the next time you want to feel like you're limited and you're only human, remember you're being human. So if you're being human, what great part of you are you submerging? What great part of you are you suppressing? Because you've wholly bought into the fact that you're human. No, you're just being human. You're in that state, so you act accordingly. But remember, right now that we're here in this physical form as human, eventually we will move from the state of humanness physically. But mentally, the state of humanity, you can move from it. Meaning you can rise above your humanness and not worry, not fret, not cuss a brother out, not choke a bitch. You don't have to do those things. You don't have to. And the way to remind yourself that you don't have to do them, that you can be greater. I'm only being human. You're playing the role of human. But you are something far greater. So today, remind yourselves, right? Goes, what's that scripture tell you? Greater is he that is in me. Who's he? Your awareness of self is he. Because that's the part of you that generates the idea. Masculine, not male, because I am he as well. So don't get it twisted. I am he because I am aware of myself. So the awareness of self and the ability to generate the idea and project it outward is masculine. So you're projecting it outward, what you say you are. That's the father. To project it now outward into the womb of life, now that's the mother. And now when you get the experience back, that is your offspring. Father, mother, and child. They are mental actions. They're mental actions. So that's why they seem far-fetched. Right? So this morning, if you're dealing with any kind of fretting or worry, breathe. Inhale, exhale. And remind yourself, whoa, I'm being human. And that's all right. I can rise above that and I can do something else. Listen, if you want to talk to Allah, if you want to talk to Buddha, if you want to talk to Krishna, you can talk to whoever you want to. Why? Because ain't nobody hearing you but you. Rosa made a comment this morning. I haven't responded to it. Those who have ears to hear, let them hear. It is both cause and effect. We hear spiritually the things we want to hear, but we also feel what we're hearing. The sense of hearing, because we are in physical form, the sense of hearing triggers a sensation. And you can't tell me I'm wrong, because let somebody come and tell you something about your mama you heard, and then what do? All right, somebody gonna catch these hands. That's what you end up doing because you heard, right? So the hearing is physical, it is mental, and it is emotional. Because hearing is a human sense. It's human with these ears. But mentally, we also hear, which means you can go anywhere into any dimension. How do we know that there's more than one? We're in one right now where we have physical form. But awareness is not physical. Awareness is simply the knowing of yourself, that you exist, that you are. Whether you have a body or not, you still are aware that you exist. But you don't need ears without a physical form, because you can still hear. So you see, we're not limited, are we? So this morning, if you are occupying a state of worry and you look into your life, you have many things to worry about. But if you move from a state of worry, you move from a state of worry by reminding yourself that you don't have to worry. Why not? Because when you stay in a state of worry, you have to live according to the state you're in. So do you want to change your worry and live somewhere else? Or do you want to remain as you are? Then move. And you move by reminding yourself, I don't have to fret. That's what you're doing. You don't need to fret. I know it looks like, because you have eyes, that job isn't there yet. I know you can't see it. But that's only because you're looking with physical eyes, that you can't see it. But if you look with your spiritual eyes, you will know that you have planted the seeds for your new job. And so, what are you doing every day that you get up? You got to bathe, you got to eat. Carry on, because the seeds that you have planted will grow after their own kind. You plant a job, you reap a job, but you've got to plant it. And the only way to plant it is in your mind's eye. You can clearly see what it is that you want to be doing for your new job. Right? Whether you're being an entrepreneur or being an employee, you have a job. Work. Correct. So what is it? Can you see it? Did you write it down? Well, writing it down will help you to see it. And once you write it down, you get a feel for it now. You say, oh, writing that word down makes me feel great. And you can see it on your desk, or you can see your name on your door to your brand new office. You see what I'm saying to you? You hear what I'm saying to you? They feel what I'm saying to you. So because you can't see it just yet does not mean you did not put it in motion. You put it in motion, and if you forget what you've done, remind yourself, oh, that's right. I did plant this, didn't I? Did you write it down? Well, go back and remind yourself by reading it. Oh, that is exactly what I did. And you feel those feelings all over again. You put it away, and then you go about your day. That's what you listen. You can't say, I'm not going to worry anymore. You have to replace it with what? Peace of mind. Because if you say, well, I'm not going to worry anymore, and you, oh, Lord, not yet. It's too early. If you say, I'm not going to worry anymore, but you don't give yourself something else to do, what do you think you will do instead? You will go back to the worry because you have not chosen a new location. That's what it is. So, today, as we take a brief moment to welcome everyone, remind yourself that you are being human. You don't have nothing to fret about. You don't have to stay in that state. So if that's where you are in your mind, if you're in that state of worry, Where do you want to move to mentally? Move there and try on your new attitude. Because I'm trying to show you that it's not an imaginary thing that you're doing, as the way we think of imagination as people. We think, oh, only kids do that. That's what humanity does. But that's not what you're doing. You are plotting out your course. You're plotting it out. So let's welcome everyone this morning. V224, hey, and let's go. It's good to see you here this morning. Lovely day, is it not? It is brilliant to see you here on Twitter. I love you. Oh, he is early today. He's on it. Vashika, darling. A not. And for the others who have not made themselves known in the chat, I see you on YouTube and Facebook. It is good to see you this morning. Fan base, who's in the house? Mansa? Hey. Mansa's here. Miss Deborah's in the house. Miss Crenshaw. Happy. Ali is here. Terms and conditions. Fawn is in the house. Zisti is in the house. Hey. I am is here. Oh, well, good morning, Moon. He's here. Miss Boricua is here. KZ, Shea Butter, Oracle Treehouse, Joaquin, and the birthday girl. Flo Smiles. Welcome, everybody, to the space. Oh, he said happy birthday, too. I heard him. So this morning, thank you all for being here. Let us be reminded. Let us be reminded that worry is a state. And if you go back to scripture, everything has to bear fruit after its own kind. That is the law of correspondence. The law of correspondence, as above, so below. Above is within, below is without. Yes? So everything that's going on within you, you have to bear the fruit of it. And you'll know your fruit by your behavior. It's the evidence. That's how you'll know you've moved from one state to another. The mood and the behavior will change to match where you've moved to. So even though you can say to me, but I have been trying. Replace the word try. Practice. Try means, man, you may or you may not get it. But you see, practicing only means one thing. The more you do it, the better you get. The more you do it, the better you get. That is what practice implies. One always gets better than what they are. So practice mentally moving from one state to another. We all know the reason for that. Because we've heard the lecture last night. We have. Don't wait until you are in an undesirable state to say, well, I'm going to move. No, practice day in and day out so that you're not surprised. That's the whole purpose. So let me make sure I'm catching the things in the chat here on Fanbase. Hold on. Yes, Joaquin, spiritual beings making a human experience. Correct. Exactly. Being is now and eternal. Sure is. Yes. Oh, Joaquin, I love how you said that. He said you could climb a mountain or you could grab a tunnel to reach the desired state. Either way, keep the faith and transmute the worry. Yes. That's exactly it. The point of the matter is you want to move from worry to peace of mind. So however you get there, listen, you could climb or you could tunnel, but get there. Right? Exactly. So that's what we do on a daily basis. Let's get the bowl. And as you hear the bowl and bird song this morning, remember you have the ability to mentally move. And the only reason why it feels like you can't is because the thing you have practiced is what you are good at. So you have to practice the new way to get strong at that. But you notice you don't have to force yourself to do it. No, imagine. Imagining takes no effort, you know. Think about it. I'm telling you, listen to the bowl and just give your mind the ability to just wander free, like a dog running through a field of dandelions. Free. No worries, no cares in the world. So the next time you see a puppy running somewhere, remind yourself, you see how free and carefree and free spirited he is? Ah, so am I. That's what you do. So you see, it doesn't take any effort to do that. But when you find that you're exerting effort, you're trying to employ willpower. Willpower cannot override your deep rooted habit. The deep rooted habit, or as Dr. Bruce Lipton would say, the subconscious programming, will always override that 5% of what you think consciously. So then you have to go to where the power is, imagination, and use it there. Anyhow, as you hear the ball, asymmetric, as you hear the ball, if you are in an undesirable state at the moment, when you hear the bowl, mentally move yourself to the desirable state. It will feel better to you when you do that. Just if you're driving, this isn't for you. Just focus on the road. But if you're in a place where you can take a moment, just take a moment and see yourself in a whole new light. What would it be like? And you notice the question is never, do you think it is possible? That's not the question. The question is, can you feel what it would feel like if you were the man or the woman you wanted to be? Because remember, feeling is threefold. You have to see it in your mind's eye. See it in your mind's eye. And then it does something to you. It invokes a sensation because you have senses. So once it invokes that sensation is now telling you it's done, because you can't feel satisfied unless you were. So when you feel the bowl, when you hear the bowl, we'll feel it too. When you feel the bowl and hear it this morning, move to a state of satisfaction. Which means, wait a minute, if I can feel satisfied now, and that's hard for some people because they keep looking through their physical eyes and not seeing what they want, and they think their satisfaction comes from the thing they can see on the outside. The state of satisfaction, which is invisible, will bring about the physical state of satisfaction. So you can sit there and you can argue all you want that if I don't have this thing, I will never be satisfied. You can argue till the cows come home. But until you generate the sensation within of satisfaction, which is the state, which is the mood, unless you catch the mood of satisfaction, you cannot recreate it on the outside. Why? Because every effect has its cause, and you can use an effect to bring about the cause. If you don't know what the cause is, but you know how you want to feel, which is the experience, which is the effect, you want to feel satisfied. Well, feel satisfied, because then it will bring about the thing. It'll bring the thing. Complaining about being unsatisfied will only bring about dissatisfaction, because that's the state. So don't feel like I'm gaslighting you this morning, because I'm not. I'm simply telling you, you will bear fruit after your own kind, which means whatever state you are in is what you will experience. So catch the state first. Reverse engineer. Use the state to bring the thing, because you can bring the thing, right? You can have the thing to bring the state, the sensation. But if you don't have the thing, you can bring the sensation and the thing will come. And no place in there does it say to complain. Because if you complain, you're in a state of complaining. You must reap that fruit of more complaining. And we don't want that, do we? So as you hear the bowl, what effect would you like to have? What experience would you like to have? Can you feel it? Can you feel the satisfaction of it? And we've felt satisfaction before in our lives. Or we have. Even if you haven't, vicariously you've seen it. So don't judge it and say, ugh, how come they get to be satisfied? No, feel their satisfaction with them. Because remember, there's no them, there's only one. So if they're feeling the satisfaction, you feel the satisfaction. Oh, well, you're too busy being jealous. I understand. You think that I don't know this for myself? I know what it's like to go, oh God, how come I don't have it and they do? That's only because I've forgotten that if I can feel their satisfaction, I have to feel that satisfaction for myself. It only looks like I'm feeling it for them. Because I have eyes that can see their face. But I have to feel satisfaction when I look at them. They symbolize whatever they're going through, symbolizes satisfaction for me. Then that means I'm feeling satisfaction. And when I feel satisfaction and I maintain the sensation of satisfaction, I have just reverse engineered. I've used effect to bring about a cause. Long-winded, I know, but I trust that it was helpful. Let's hear the bowl. I don't know that you're going to get birdsong again, but just give them a minute. See if you can feel. See if you can feel your peace of mind, your satisfaction. And when you feel it, you're like a fitness guru. How many reps can you do of feeling satisfaction? Well, do it. However many reps you can do it. Let's get the bowl. A little heavy. I didn't mean to holler at y'all. I didn't mean to holler. Did this. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everyone, for being here this morning. Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, fan base. Thank you all for being here. Remember your announcements today. If you haven't yet found a friend that you want to bring to boot camp, call a friend. Invite someone you think would be, greatly benefited by being in boot camp. And you'll find that information in the link tree below the video. In fan base, it's the link tree on top of the page. Afternoon delight is in the house. And Barbados, if you haven't submitted your deposit, please do so. Today is the 16th. We only have a few more days. 6 days? Look, my math, okay? It's just what it is. The 22nd of April. That's what it is. And if you want to pre-order your oracle cards, your Hermetic oracle cards, remember, we only need to order 60. I think they've been 15 pre-ordered. So we need 45 more, if my math is correct. 15 fours are 60, right? So at least I think it is. So if you haven't yet pre-ordered them, go on right ahead and do that through that same link, and let us get to 60 so we can print them. I think 60 is far better. And the ones who've been so diligent to pre-order early, they are so patient. So let's get moving with that one. So Twitter, thank you again for being here. Let's go Symmetric and V224. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Much love, and enjoy your beautiful day. Move from one state to another. Twitter is closed. Let's get that water up. YouTube, Facebook, thank you all for being. Double A is in. You just popped right in there. It's good to see you. Thank you all for being here on YouTube and Facebook. Much love to you all. Peace.